welcome back to the PR podcast. It's been it feels like a month. I don't think it's been exactly that long, but doesn't matter. Ryan is back from across the pond.
Hello, I'm alive.
Yeah, and we got Tim here because Tim
Hi.
was lonely in voice, and he needed some friendship. So we did record week 8, and then the file got super messed up, so none of us wanted to re-record it, so we didn't. But to make a long story short, my team swept. It was awesome. So we're going to talk about week 9 instead.
Week 8 literally did not exist. There is no proof.
I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. But we're going to start with the side event, and I'm glad Tim is here so he could talk about his wonderful creation of a team that makes me very happy. So this format is called Partners in Crime. And basically, it's a doubles format where your partner, the Pokemon partner that you have, so say like we're sending out Pelipper and Basculegion together, both of them will share all of their moves, and they will share their abilities. So you can get some really fun, unique combinations. So Tim, tell us about your team.
So I made 3 teams. The first one on screen right now is obviously a rain team. The idea was water types are good, rain is good, and Chenpao D-Knight is also good. So
True.
the thing that I had intended to do was basically just have Pelipper set up rain, switch in Vaporeon in its place, and let Basculegion and Vaporeon go to town. They had hydration, and one of them had rest. So the idea was that they basically had infinite health. They could rest and heal it back all of their health. Vape has a massive HP pool, and Basculegion has a pretty good one too. Unfortunately, Adam brought an electric terrain team. So
Yeah, he really did.
They
Adam
kind
made
of
this team, it
didn't
was so
do
fun.
as much as I was hoping, and Chenpao D-Knight ended up putting in a lot of work, as Chenpao and D-Knight do. And
That's true.
I'll be honest, it's been a very long time. I'm 80% sure that the other dragon, Pult, is here just so that I could DD with Chenpao.
I think last respects, right?
Oh yeah, he wanted last respects for Basculegion, which would have been really filthy.
Yeah. So we're gonna let this one play, and we're gonna watch the bullshit unfold. So this format is dope, and I definitely think we should play with it again.
This was a ton of fun, and team building was incredible.
Yeah, we definitely had a good time in my chat too, because Adam originally made this team as like a joke, and we took, I think, like 45 minutes to an hour just like making it a real team. Like every single suggestion that came in, like got people thinking about other ideas they could be doing with the team. And just how many possibilities you get with 2 move pools and 2 abilities it's insane.
Yeah. Like there's combinations that should never exist, but they do because it's funny. Like this one, like this Basculegion can click your stream speed right now if it wants to, and that's hilarious.
Quark Drive and by association Photosynthesis boosting everybody is really funny.
Oh, dude, that's so good.
Really annoying too.
It's like, wow, that E-Speed's really not doing a lot. That's, I don't think it's banded, so I guess that makes sense. It's like I'm used to like banded D-Knight damage, especially next to Chen. Like
classic
destroying the entire universe.
I felt like this discouraged you from using choice items because it kind of meant that you were locked into one of your 8 moves. And it seemed less fun, so a lot of my guys are running Life Orb, I think.
Actually, Tim, there was something fun we found out. If you are choiced and you use a move of your opponent and your opponent switches out and you get a new move, I think you get to re-choose your move.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Yeah.
I wish I had known that.
There's a lot of weird tech and also weird clauses in this. Like there's no sleep clause in this format, for example. Because of like just how crazy the meta is. So there's definitely a lot we can learn if we do play this. For example, this hydration here, that Tim was using, we were shocked. We were going crazy when we saw it. Even that alone was just so cool.
This was honestly like the worst feeling in the world because I was pretty sure I was going to lose here just because of how much healing these two had. They did what I wanted to do, but honestly better just because they could do it more consistently and with less cooldown and could kill me faster.
Right.
But
Also,
then,
you dodge Terra a
if you
lot,
look at
which
the
was
quality
really
of
good.
Mons on the field, there is a Chien-Pao and a Dragapult compared to a Pachirisu Pikachu.
That's
You are
true.
correct.
Plus, like,
I believe
look at where we currently stand.
Yeah.
Like, this game is kind of done. Like, just look at all of the absurd damage that you're dealing, and then just deleting something else.
I really wondered why Raichu never came in to get the electric terrain here, because I feel like he would have been able to outspeed Dragapult if the terrain was up and do something, but...
Oh, 100%.
I think Adam at this point still also had his Terra. I don't know if he ever did Terra.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I was like, he had an ability to Terra like at any point in the last like 4 turns and probably come out of this game with a win.
Yeah.
But it's just, again, there's so much happening, like, honestly.
It's hard to keep
I can't even
track
tell
of
you
it.
if either player played it well.
It's like some things, it's just like, if that Chien-Pao had started to DD, like, I think my brain would have broken.
Exactly, right? Like, there's no prepping for this mode.
Yeah.
Tim, what
Alright.
is this team? Actually, I know what this team is, but talk about it.
Yeah,
this
talk
team
about it.
is evil.
This team's evil as
So-
hell.
Yes, it is incredibly horrible. So I'm going to start off. So each of my teams had a different set of gimmicks. So the team that we just saw was a one team, like a one gimmick team, because it was just the rain nonsense. This has 2 gimmicks. I'm going to start with the easier one. Pop Bomb is not the name of Mousehold's move in Japan. It's like Mouse Cut or something really stupid like that, but it counts as a cutting move, which means it gets the sharpness boost. So
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's wide lens, I think. So it's wide lens with basically a choice band boost from sharpness from Cleavor. I said I wanted to do stupid damage with this thing, and I believe at the end I use it on Gambit, who resists it and also has a massive defense pool, and did like 5 per hit because it was boosted or something.
I really don't want to be here for this. You just said those words. I don't want to be here.
Oh, these are good
it's
words.
better than the other. So the other is an ice core, and the idea was Snowbama doesn't. He sets up snow, and then he had Leaf Storm, I think, and whatever jacks him after dropping his stats. I just wanted him to set up snow and get the hell off the field, and it turns out Adam, I think, OHKOs him immediately. But it leaves Glaceon free to set up Aurora Veil because Snowbomba gets it. So he sets up Veil, and then Frostmoth comes out, and Glace just Quiver Dances a couple of times. And the idea was he was running Baton Pass, which for some ungodly reason is not banned in this, which it really should be. He was going to Baton Pass a bunch of boosts to Sylveon, who had stored power. Unfortunately, by the time I got this going, it was just more convenient for Sylveon to press Hyper Voice. And then there was only 2 Dark types out on the field, so stored power never got to come out. But for a while, it was still like a very gross boosted Sylveon, thanks to Glaceon's efforts.
We're not even going to talk about the abilities that Glaceon and the funny Frostmoth have, because my god.
Yeah.
That
So
was
I'm just going to
awful.
kind of let this play and let the gameplay speak for itself about how this game
Forgot
starts.
about this.
I'm
I'm still
talk
sorry,
about
Adam.
Adam's team too, because Adam did have. You could see the very obvious make it rain / contrary combination here. And looking at Tim's team, if there was no Terra for that Glaceon, it sweeps the whole thing. Everything
The game was
is weak to
over,
steel.
yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, good job on the terrain on the electric Glaceon. I think that's really fun.
Yeah.
But we are gonna watch Snowcloak for the first time maybe in SAPA history actually do something.
Yeah. And not just do something, literally do everything.
Yeah.
It was
I also
incredible.
Forgot
It was
to
just
mention
skillful play across the board. Like, look at this. Missed.
it was bright
13.
power too on the Glaceon, so he
Oh,
was
it is?
optimization boosts. Yes. I apologize to Adam profusely after this, and I think he's thankfully forgiven me, but I wouldn't have forgiven me. So Adam's a better
You guys
person
play the
than I
game
am.
3.
Yeah, I don't have the for fun game 3 up just because we have a lot of games to go through.
Okay.
So also there's the baton pass coming in. Really good timing for that because it lets you live that hit and now continue to be annoying.
Something fun you can also do, which Tim just showed off here. You can run protect and detect. That way you get 2 separate moves. It's not really that big of a deal, but it is neat.
It is funny. Certainly very, very funny. And that is a very tight Piper voice from Frostmoth.
Very cool, actually. I didn't even notice that at the time.
It wanted more stabs.
Yeah.
But, look how much damage that just did.
84% moment.
Oh my god.
All right,
now
well,
here it comes.
We're here for
this is what it's all about.
Bonk.
We're pop bombing.
5.
1, 2, 5, and then 6. So who knows how much damage that would have done? And that was with Reflect Up.
Oh, you're right. That's a one-shot normally. My god.
Yeah. So it's fucked up damage. Tim, your display of gaming and creativity in this set was incredible and well done.
I don't think Tim should ever
friendlies
talk to me
later
about
on.
my bad gimmicks again.
You did that in an actual format. This was meant to be bullshit.
It sure was.
Yeah. It's like crafted to be bullshit. So here's some black and white. We're gonna get into some real games, and I'll be honest, this was so long ago, I don't really remember how this goes. So I'm just gonna kind of let it play.
We're gonna talk
we'll go
about the
from
battle
there.
timer being on. I think that's the most important thing here.
Yeah, I think David does it out of habit because I know he plays on ladder a lot, just in a lot of formats. Also, can we talk about Crocodile Shiny? I think this is one of the worst shinies ever made.
It's like they
Kind
took
of
off the glasses
awful.
and he got a sunburn. Like, what happened?
Yeah, and his eyes are so tiny. Like,
What's
Yeah.
going on here?
it's gross.
They really could
get
have
it out
done
of here.
anything. They did that.
I think for Adam's team here, I don't remember what I don't think he ever brought. I think Adam and I made this team about 2.5 to 3 months ago at this point, like back when he was originally going to do, when he did Gen 5 originally, and he just never got to bring them. So I don't really remember the point of these teams. But I do remember that Lead Aerodactyl and Yanmega was simply just get the rocks away. Only have rocks on your side. Make sure Yanmega gets in for no rocks. Very standard stuff. David's team, on the other hand, I mean, there are good UU Pokemon here, but he did bring Ambipom. So I do have questions.
Ambipom is like, I don't know, like, I guess you'd call it a theorem. I call it Ambipom theorem, where it's like Pokemon that are popular get used in tiers where they suck because people like it and they really like the gimmick. Typhlosion, unfortunately, is a victim of this too because people think, oh, I love this Pokemon. I'm going to click Eruption. It has to be good. It normally isn't.
Yeah,
It's very sad.
I remember JT made about 4 teams with Ambipom when we were theory crafting Gen 5 a while ago, and I'm just like, we gotta pick somebody better. Like, you can do the funny last resort thing, but like, you gotta do like fake out last resort. But man, like, you're committing a slot to Ambipom. That's hard.
Yeah. At that point, use Kangaskhan because you get Scrappy, and then you can hit the ghost types with last resort, and that's funny.
Taking notes right now.
Yeah. That was a thing in VGC.
Wow,
but,
actually?
Yeah, people ran it. Also, Adam not being able to get rid of rocks basically ended this game.
Yep.
I know we kind of, like, have not talked about it much, but, yeah. David was still faster if that's a Scarf Crocodile.
Maybe he didn't want to risk it, like, not killing, because he does have Registeel able to take pretty much any hit that's not hidden power ground at this point.
That's true. Look at that. Boom.
Yeah,
He did
boom. In fact, I'm actually a little surprised Adam didn't go for hidden power ground if he's life orb. He should have had it. And if he didn't have it, he absolutely has air slash and should have been going for the flinch that turn.
Yeah.
But,
like, you're not tinted lens, so
yeah,
there's no reason to just spam it.
Yeah, at the other side, I think the only big note of this game was there was a Kingdra Draco Meteor into Heracross. I believe it was a crit. Definitely killed 100%. I don't know if it would have killed normally, but I also don't know why
specs,
yeah, if it's specs Kingdra and you're sending Heracross in to take a hit, that's a problem. Like, that's a problem with prioritizing which Mon to keep around, because you want to keep Heracross around in this matchup. Like, I'm just looking at it. He wants to be here.
Yeah, like look at Crocodile especially, right? Like, once the flyers are gone and, like, realistically, there's no defensive profile from Aerodactyl and Yanmega. Like, you don't want to switch them in to anything. if you don't have to.
Yeah. But it was a good job. I just kind of happened. And then here's game 2. Wow.
Archeops is here.
Yep.
But Adam's team...
I love Archeops, so let's go, David.
Yeah. Archeops is a cool guy. I definitely picked him as my fossil.
Yeah.
I did too. I'm sad that they gave him the booty cheeks ability for no reason.
It's so sad.
Also, I want to be real with you guys. I think this is the first time anybody brought Claydol to Gen 5, which is kind of insane.
No, that's not true.
Not true? Okay,
Drew
good.
brought him against me. I blocked that game out of my mind, but
okay.
Claydol was there. I know Adam brought this team against Aaron and then just completely mollywopped him.
I think that was a slightly different team, but no, this is one.
No, it was this one.
Yeah, you're right. It was this one. I also don't know why we went for when I remember talking with Adam about this, like setting up the nasty plot and doing the screens, doing that, but you're doing it turn 1 before anything is weakened. Like you're not agility Porygon, you will get outsped and killed. Like, yeah, the burn mattered, but like it's just so early in the game. Like check things down a little bit before you do it. See what your opponent's got in the back.
Also, another thing, David has just been on the gravity kick.
Yeah.
This is another gravity team.
We love David. He shot me a message about his gravity teams in a PM personally with after he did Gen 4 with Will. And I jokingly said, haha, but what if you made a real an all gravity team? And I think this might have happened because of that.
Probably.
So
but like looking at the synergy wise, like I know, he's gone with that, Magneton / Magnezone and Heracross with Guts Flame Orb.
Mm-hmm.
And then Claydol's pretty decent setter. Because we're going to see right here, like, Claydol is going to do things.
Yeah, like, first of all, it lets you hit Earthquake on Mismagius. So right off the bat, you're at least able to hit this thing. Because normally Claydol can't touch this mon at all. But now you've brought Mismagius down into pretty much easy revenge kill range instead of just being complete setup bait. So we do like to see that.
Yeah, so I think that Claydol saved the game.
Yeah.
And then having Porygon, it really cleaned up nicely.
Right.
And then obviously Blastoise doesn't do...
Not 1v3 this.
No, he does not. But don't worry, he sees through the lies of the Jedi and then gets raw Zap Cannon. And
that wasn't even gravity? I want to cry.
No, that was just a raw Zap Cannon.
That move have a 50% hit chance.
It does.
Yeah, it's 50%.
That's wild that you went for it.
In gravity, it's still only like an 80-something% chance, like low 80s. It's really funny.
Yeah. Here's some Nat decks. Here's Rain. Here's Aaron's team that doesn't have Rotom. So, no, we're gonna go into it now.
Alright, spoiler alert for everybody. This was the final match of the season.
This is the final match. This was it was 3-3 tie. We were riding high, we needed Aaron to come through, pull this game out, but well,
hold on, you never know. But
you never know.
I do want to say shout outs to the Smogon team builders. I believe Chris got this team on like week 2 from the sample teams. He went out of his way to look for an easy to use sample team. Coincidentally, it happened to be a rain team. I think he was interested in rain that week. So yeah, as much as we joke on rain teams, like he did go out of his way. He didn't have the time or want to make his own team.
Oh, that sucks. I never knew. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you definitely forgot about that.
But still, you can't switch Dragapult into like that.
But props to him. He found a team he liked, and it was easy to use, and he managed to like play it well because of that. Like he knew how to play it, and that's why if you ever really don't know how to play a metagame or something, go look up some sample teams, see what it's about.
Yeah. Plus, talk about having a team weak to Lele. That's a move.
Yeah. Well,
so we got the same. Yeah.
Is Lele really that much used in current Gen 9 Nat decks? I don't know. Gen 7, absolutely. Gen 9, I don't know.
Just to talk about Nat decks real quick. So this tier fucking sucks. I'll say it. Every time I watch it and I read about it, it's like, why does this tier suck? They just did a suspect test on Terra, and Terra was not banned. I think it should have been, especially with all these ridiculous things. The last thing it really needs is terastallization to kind of cause more issues. Also, why was Torn faster than
Belliquent Storm lowered Swampert speed.
Wow, Torn's that fast? That's crazy.
Yeah. Also, I do think there was a turn. Mega Swampert could have hit the water button and probably killed it, but hit Ice Punch instead. So,
yeah.
But hey, we learn these things.
Of course.
Go
yes.
on about the meta.
Oh yes, about how they did not ban Terra. I know NatDex Ubers just had a suspect test for Terra, and it did not get banned. And these decisions are just going to have the cascading effect where King Gambit's going to get banned from NatDex OU.
Oh, for sure.
King Gambit is broken.
Yeah.
Right? And there's going to be all these other threats that are only broken because of Terra. Yet, everyone knows that terastallization is the problem, and the meta would be a lot better if they just didn't have it.
I want to play devil's advocate on this one, Matt, for Ubers, because Ubers is a messed up meta right now anyways. I don't think Terra is the reason. I think it's just messed.
Yeah, I mean, just anyway, back to what I was saying here with like banning all the individual threats. Like when you know that the mechanic is the root of, all these troubles, it might be time to look at the mechanic, because like King Gambit is very strong by itself. However, Bisharp has always been a good Pokemon, and it's been held back by its typing not being the best, and then Gambit would still be very strong with how broken Supreme Overlord is in singles. But like it's not as game breaking where, Tim, we've laddered a little bit where we literally have games where it's like, okay, let's sack our entire team so that we could win the game with Gambit.
And it works because he's just that good.
Mm-hmm.
But if he can't change his type to be Terra Dark and get more damage, or turn into Terra Ghost and just be immune to the ×4 fighting weakness, he's not as good.
Yeah. Even like Terra Fairy, so we can't get Earthquake, or Terra Flying, so we can't get Earthquaked.
Or Terra Fire, so
or Terra Fairy to, resist incoming fighting attacks and then set up a Sword Stance and win the game. Right? There's too many variables where Gambit just goes, oh, I'm very strong, you gotta prepare for me, to psych your entire team just loses on one turn, and now that's it. And it's the same reason why Volcarona got banned. And everybody knows that Volcarona is very strong, but it's not broken.
Yeah, Matt, have you considered running Body Press on your Ferrothorns?
Yes, it's quite good. It's quite good.
It's quite good. But yeah, no. Terra discussion for NatDex and OU. I mean, they're very different metas, but it's getting to the point where we might see it soon. We might see another suspect at any point. But
yeah, or at least like some kind of restriction. Yeah. Like I don't personally like the team preview one. I think it's kind of whatever. But I think it just kind of needs to go.
Out of curiosity, Matt, since we're talking about it, you know how VGC is forced to show your Terra typings in your Pokemon moveset?
Yes.
You ever think we're going to see that instead? That could be a counterbalance.
I don't think, like, the difference between, like, VGC and, like, Smogon singles, like, VGC, like, the players are legitimately playing for actual money. And, like, being thrown off by, like, you don't know what Terra type your opponent has is literally the difference between, not, like, I lost the game. It's, damn, I'm not going to be able to get into the prize pool to win all this money, to help pay for the flight that I took to get here and all that. So it's, like, there's a lot more on the line with VGC than, just a regular, like, ladder game or Smogon tournament. Or even ours, we don't play for money.
I'm playing for that trophy, Jordan. Where's it at?
That's true. We're just gonna kind of let Little Cup play. Yeah. We've made our peace about Little Cup. It's Gen 9 Little Cup has been a lot of fun to watch. There's really cool, unique situations with Zorua disguising itself as like Pawniard, and then using Wisp Hex and Knockoff and stuff like that, and it's just been really fun to watch.
But I will say I did get to hear the aftermath of this match with Chris and Drew in person, and they both said they had a fantastic time playing it. And I do give shout-outs to the nicknames on that Magnemite specifically, because I think that might be the greatest nickname I've ever seen.
I see you, Zap.
So, yeah, Little Cups, and there's a lot of, at least in these two trainers, we're seeing a few unique Pokemon that we don't normally see. We're seeing Slowpoke on Chris's side, and we're seeing Grimer. Is that Joshua? Is that baby Joshua?
That's baby Joshua,
I
yeah.
don't think I've ever seen baby Joshua used yet, so that's really cool.
Vacation Joshi, though.
That's true,
That is the
vacation.
Alolan form.
Vacation Joshua, yeah. So I was enjoying the mixes in this match compared to a lot of the more standard play. I mean, there's still, like you said, you got your standard Zoro and all that, and Strudel. We've seen a lot of Strudel this year.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Strudel, we're gonna see him again.
That's not him.
Oh, it's not him.
It's
Dang.
the imposter.
Oh, you got me.
Among Us.
But
You know, look, and that's not really Grimer either. Ha Comedy.
So yeah. But I will have to say, Gen 9 Little Cup, out of all the Little Cups I've played, it's one of the more enjoyable ones. You should definitely give it a try if you haven't.
Yeah.
Unless you're Matt, then Matt. Don't
No, I don't like Little Cup, but I legitimately enjoy watching a lot of these games just because there's it's always something unique going on, even if it is a lot of the same Pokemon. Like Tim will play a core very similar to what Chris has, but he'll play it completely differently, and I think that's another really cool aspect of this tier.
I actually was annoyed that you kept putting me in Little Cup, but by the end it was kind of a comfort zone. Like, I had figured out how it worked, and I felt pretty confident going into most of my matches.
Yeah, you were killing it. So I trust
the same thing with Dante. He got real comfortable in Little Cup too. Actually, sorry, not Dante. Chris got comfortable in Little Cup a little bit. Dante got comfortable in Doubles OU, which is a crazy metagame to get comfortable in my opinion. But
yeah, our custom format. Yeah.
Well, like, man, he was kicking it in the team builder. I think Jordan was the one who enjoyed Little Cup the most, though. So I was really excited if we could get her in here. But once I saw that Chris was doing, Little Cup for you guys, I had to send the homie matchup in.
Yeah, we had definitely had our issues with the scheduling just because we had to make last minute changes on our end because of our scheduling issues, and it threw off literally the entire pre-plan you had, and we had ours all set up too, and then everything had to flip.
Yeah.
Especially with like Hall and Drew not being able to play Black-White in week 8.
Gosh,
literally like the day before.
I was like, oh shit! Excited to watch that too. I had literally changed my schedule to put Drew in Black and White that week, like maybe a few days before it happened. So I think that was supposed to be Adam's week in it. I was like, no, what do you mean it didn't get played? I was crying.
Yeah. Anyway, just gonna kind of fast forward here.
Skip ahead. Magnemite with a scarf.
Yeah, Magnemite wins.
Good Magnemite.
So here's this funny ball guy. They're here. Drowsy's here.
Drowsy's good. I'll say.
There's dudes here.
We're going to talk more about Salandit, I guess. Like, what's he doing?
Also, shout out to Grimace Shake.
Yeah, again, Chip with the good nicknames with Grimace Shake too. You're right. Big shout.
Yeah, that's good.
But oh man, just keeping Grimer in against a Mudbray hitting Earthquake, the strongest physical attack in the entire tier, is certainly an interesting turn 1 decision.
Yeah. I think a lot of that also comes from not quite knowing. Like, there's no reason to Terra Fire and then click Sucker if you're already weak to Earthquake.
Yeah.
And the Rocks play, that was a good play. I would have done the same thing.
I'm pretty sure.
But it's like, I think we're seeing
I
think we're seeing this tier, or at least this game, is Drew is showing that he has a lot more experience playing competitive mons than Chris does.
Yeah,
that does
about, like, I went, Chris, why did you do some of these things? And he's like, I just didn't think it would kill. I didn't know it would do this. Like, I didn't know this is what this mon did. So definitely a lot of. And first of all, look at that liquidation doing 19% to a Salandit. Isn't this thing like base 30 defense?
He did Terra, and he is burned.
Oh, he is burned. Yeah. Sorry, did not even see the burn at the time. But still, funny to me. I was like, this thing always lives. It's the crispy will time. Like, for some reason, Salandit and Salazzle just never die when you think they should.
Yeah, it's really strange.
And then we see Zen headbutt Drowsy, which is blowing my mind.
Yeah, he's certainly
you had
certainly
the whole pool of Pokemon to pull from,
and
you picked this.
Notes to Zen headbutt Drowsy.
Also, Sleep Talk on the donkey was pretty cool. And then I don't hate the idea of going for rest just because, that's a grass type.
Yeah, you're expecting drain. Yeah.
But I'm going to kind of speed through this. We see the writing on the wall here. Crabalo is very good, but
not when he can.
Just not
when that's a 5v1. Shout out to Drain Punch though. That's a pretty good move.
It is a good move.
If he could hit it.
Yeah, but even then, Squidward didn't know the deal. He does
in the back. Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna move on.
Proud of him.
Yes. Chris, gotta say it's your first time, so throwing you in the last game of the year, just to be like, oh shit, you never played Little Cup. Let's do that real quick. So you went in, you handled it well. There was the learning curve, but I bet if we had put you in the next game, then you would have adapted well. Anyway, this is Monotype Doubles, and I don't have to say anything. You already know the verdict of this game.
I'm so angry at Hall thinking he could pull out some Flora against us. I'm furious. I typed in the chat. I said, thank you, Dante, for not giving some Flora dub in our stat sheet.
Yeah, no,
What is
I don't even think we need to watch. Do we need to watch this?
Yes. On fast, we need to watch this.
Yeah, we'll speed it up.
We'll talk about it. First of all,
it goes exactly how you expect. It's a grass team into an ice team.
I don't think
also he's got a dig.
I don't think Grass ever won this year in Monotype Doubles. It's a bad. Stop picking it.
Yeah. You could say the same thing about Ice, but the Ice types that are here are good.
Yeah.
And by them, I mean Chenpao, Bax, and Bundle, and then Aurora Veil.
I'm sorry, you still forgot about Chenpao?
I said Chenpao. That was the first one I said.
Oh, I thought you said Bax.
Glaceon by not mentioning it.
Yeah.
I know what I said.
Anyway. Versus the world. So, yeah, here's a Leaf Storm, I guess.
Yeah, here, have a yell. There we go.
Good.
We've watched Obama and Glaceon do something.
Off my screen.
Yes. Anyway, Pat has a fairy team that might be the exact same team that Aaron brought a couple weeks ago. It looks like the same six.
Right? Yeah.
But Brian, this is your guys' default team. I feel like we've talked about this electric team 7 times.
Once again, we built the ice and electric team for Dante, so that is why he is using the ice and electric team. It's just that Will and Adam both really liked the electric team, I guess, and wanted to use it again, or at least Will wanted to use the electric team again. Mm-hmm. But these teams were built for Dante. He helped build this one, I think. So I think this might be his 3rd time using it, and that's why you see it so much. I think he's got a comfort zone pick with it by now.
I got you.
As you can see, none of these mons are post home. They're all old.
Yeah. But they didn't. Yeah, because you would see Zapdos would be here, and fucking Regieleki,
Yeah, Thunder, Regieleki, they're all not here. So it's not like, it's not like Dante has a bad team, because this is still a good team, but it's certainly a little out of the meta right now, compared to what I'd expect. But now, I do think everything went wrong exactly on this turn where we didn't kill the Eternatus, because that thing is ridiculously scary and good. And
Amorous is a very good Pokemon.
Yeah, don't let this thing contrary superpower. I actually was thinking Dante could pull out this win until he didn't kill it that turn. So
yeah,
because he was playing very good up to that point with the fake outs and the good protects and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And good job to Hull here on double protect for the fake out, knowing it's coming.
Yeah.
Which then is funny that Dante also protected. We got a whole round of protection. Good job, everybody. Yeah. Run more Feint, right, Matt?
Dude, Feint is a good move. Tinkaton probably had it. It's probably its best move.
Honestly, yeah.
And then, yes, this game is coming to a close. Once again, Iron Hands never dies.
Nope.
He's always here.
He's a good mon. You should
Stupid bastard.
He's Matt's favorite Pokemon.
I'm sick of this guy. All he does is kill everything and never die. He's a bastard. Let's move on.
Watching the VGC set where it was a Iron Hand Terragrass and an Amoonguss versus another Amoonguss and a Terragrass bundle, and the Amoongusses were just using Pollen Puff on their teammate, and so therefore Iron Hands was just healing forever, and I think it was maybe a 30-turn battle. in
Dude,
the
I
nationals
believe
this week. It was terrible.
My
I
brain
think
hurt
Iron had
hearing
never
you say
done
that.
it. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. But here we got the Mono Dark team. This is another one that is constantly circled across all our replays.
This is
But
a Chris team, and
it's the best type. Those are the best Pokemon. When Tyranitar kills Chi-Yu, it's pretty good.
It's also curious that Dante picked the Dark team into knowing that Hall just went with a Fairy team. That's a pretty ballsy play. So
also, I like the bulldoze on Dinkaton. I think it's funny.
Good move. Also, then
And then Dante just keep clicking Earthquake.
We got to get Dante an Annihilate team. That way he can actually, hit himself and then just get stronger.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I think Annihilate was
ban Rage Fist. Bring Annihilate back.
Yeah, bring Annihilate back. But we're getting to a point where we already can see
this
the writing.
Is turn 3. We're gonna speed it up. This game's over. It's done.
Oh, don't say that. There's a Genpal hitting Sacred Sword into a 4 times into a.
Oh, don't worry. It's okay because we're gonna keep earthquaking the partners, and that kind of just speeds up everything. And Acrobatics still again going for the wrong guy.
I mean, at this point, there's no answer. The only thing that could have came in here was a Jugulus hitting, I don't know, Dark Pulse and flinching over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fairy types, that doesn't help. But
yeah. Also hitting all the hurricanes.
Yeah, real proud of those hurricane hits, I gotta say.
Yeah, hard to do. I don't know why Dante is not clicking Ice Spinner into it's a snake bitch, but you know.
Wow.
You take those and
Game 3 looks similar to Game 2.
That was Game 3. Oh, this is my set.
Oh, hey, finally.
All right.
A normal tier, finally.
Finally, yes. Real gameplay.
Oh, what the hell was Will's team?
All right, so Will is a Sun team.
He sure does.
And I went in and I said, I want to build a team with Hisui Typhlosion. I've learned Hisui Typhlosion is garbage. It's very bad.
Regular Typhlosion.
There's no way he's going OU, right?
No. Oh, God, no, he's gone.
Yeah.
So I surrounded him with my trusty, old, reliable core of Goldango, Great Tusk, Samurai, and Glow King. Glow King has T-Spikes so that I could spam Infernal Parade with Typhlosion because that move is cool on paper, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to do because Typhlosion is bad.
I mean, first of all, yes, but second of all, like you're hitting in the sun, you're hitting Eruption way more than you would ever want to hit a 120 base.
So him, like Typhlosion coming into this matchup isn't the worst.
Yeah.
And right here, Will not wanting to get Torkoal in, basically just let his Tusk die for no reason at all.
I am 90% sure he forgot about Future Sight.
He did. He even said it in the moment. He's just like, I forgot about that move. Also, this is a Spadef Goldango.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it's a good set. I would run that a lot.
It's a really good set. I mean, I run it a lot. Like, those last 4 on my team, I've used on, like, every single team. Same spread, same moves. Like, I don't need to change it. Except for this guy having T-Spikes, which ended up being super nice in this game only, and having Chilling Reception to slow down the Sun onslaught.
I really forgot to tell Will about the fact that you like to use Galar Slow King, because when, like, this was the weeks, where I wasn't around, and they would make their teams, and then they would just be like, yeah, those are good. And I was like, wait a minute, I should have made sure to tell Will that Matt likes Galar Slow King, and he likes Hisui and Samurai, and he wants to use Typhlosion, because I was thinking in my mind, this would be this. I wasn't sure about the rest, but I said, those are the 3 he's going to bring. Please be ready for him. But T-Spikes, that's a new trick. I did enjoy seeing that.
I thought it was neat. Also, that did literally 50%.
God, I love Walking Wake.
I hate Walking Wake. This Pokemon is stupid and dumb.
The good thing he's poisoned. And it's on a timer.
Yeah, honestly, him being poisoned is like the only redeeming quality of this game. Like that, and this started a trend of Will critting me in every single inopportune time for me. Because this is something that continues throughout the entire set.
Yeah.
Also, that Goldango Shadow Ball shows me he is offensive, and Toothbrush here is expendable because I get a free switch into this guy.
Yep.
And I can just make Arcanine come in, I had to keep him honest.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, wouldn't Infernal Parade have done? I mean, I guess it wouldn't have done enough because he was at full HP, but.
You know, I mean, it was just one of those where I was like, if he stays in, awesome. If he goes to Torkoal to get the Sun, I'm going to do a lot of damage.
Right, and if he goes to Arcanine, he gets poisoned, so...
Yeah.
Win-win-win all around, and he cannot go into his Gallade or whatever that is.
Yeah, so as soon as I get Valiant in here, I know I'm in a pretty good spot until I get crit by Extreme Speed and everything goes out the window.
Huh? What's the problem here? That looked completely normal.
So my guy is SD Encore, Knockoff, and CC.
Oh god, that's
so all I had to do was just get my move up, and I was fine. I had to use my Terra there in order to actually have a chance of winning this game.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to, figure out what set his Valiant was. And then him going for Terra Fairy Moonblast, I'm like, okay, that's special. Hopefully, I can actually live a hit with Slow King. And Will goes for Calm Mind, which is I
don't think
here's the thing.
Play.
Here's the thing. If you look at the calc, right, we ran the numbers.
Okay.
None of his moves could kill me.
But what if they crit?
Doesn't matter. I still lived.
You did not live Terra Fairy Moonblast from Valiant in the sun.
It did a max of like 20%.
So, no way.
Yeah.
I hate
so regardless, he had a better chance to survive the Sludge Bomb and poison.
Well, he was already poisoned.
Than it was for him to go for the kill.
You're telling me he had a shot to have at least 12.1% health from that Sludge Bomb after a Calm Mind? When he took 85 and was at 3, like that's a really bad range or you got a really high roll, one of two.
Yeah, or either or, but regardless, that was not a winnable thing.
I mean, what if he hit Thunderbolt and got a paralysis? Like I don't know.
I don't think he had Thunderbolt.
Man, what kind of Valiant was that?
I don't remember.
Well, write in the comments if you know.
Yeah, here's this team. Samurot's back.
It's a bird battle.
This is based off a team that David had, except he had Treads and some other fire type that was bad. And I said, I'm going to put on Cinderace, and I'm going to put on my friend Sandy Shocks, and I'm going to use Assault Vest Gyarados, which has surprisingly given me good results on ladder. And that didn't kill.
We love him.
So turn 1, I'm already like, fuck. This sucks.
Will really said to me, I want to use Amoonguss Toxapex Core of Core, and I said, you know what, go for it, but at least, at least put some good mons behind it. And then he does a turn to agility with Walking Wake, blew my mind.
Yeah, that was...
weird.
It was just fine, I wanted him to get rid of his stupid thing. But yeah, so I'm kind of, I'm stuck on the back foot, right? Like, I can't do much here, especially, with my guy, Mr. Shocks. So I'm forced to Terra and get rid of Tusk because I can't let up any more of this, pressure. And then I throw the game because I forget they run weakness policy.
That's right. It's Moltres, baby. It's weakness policy forever.
I forgot. And then he agility'd. And I was like, fuck, that's not good. Goodbye, Gyarados. It was not his day. And then I bring in Amoonguss, and he lives, and I get fucking flinched.
Yay!
So all of a sudden, I'm like, this is garbage, so I have to sack my entire team to get Regenerator back.
Pretty much, yeah.
Also, I lived. Unless I crit, that would have been cool. But,
Honestly, I wonder every day if we should all just bring Unaware Mons, because sometimes setup sweepers are silly.
And then he crit me! So... I don't want to hear any of this, Will apology shit. No, this man just hacks the fuck out of me the entire set.
I think the chat said it pretty well, Matt. I think he's just better.
No. So, game 3, I bring out my old reliable. It's the same dudes. Bax is here. He's my best friend. And then Will.
Sorry. I ruined the spiel. I forgot how that game went, and I thought it was going to be a normal game.
It wasn't. It made me mad.
Yeah. Funny. Funny.
Yeah, so it's fine.
I don't know what Will's team is, but I don't know what Scissor's doing here.
I don't know what Scissors doing here, but all I know is this Thunderous is really annoying.
Yeah, looking at the team, he does handle everything pretty well.
Yeah, so I'm at a point where I just gotta get some pressure going, and I need to figure out what this guy is doing here. And I'm just trying to scout his moves at this point. I figured he'd have Grass Knot.
Yeah, Thunderous usually does.
And then I just have to keep, pivoting around. I need to get my rocks up.
Notice I don't know why he didn't try to get his spikes up at all yet. Or even
I've been trying to put myself in a position where it doesn't matter as much. Where it's like, if he brings in Samurai, I have something that threatens it.
Say, shouldn't, No, never mind. I thought Cinderace was going to be a Liberomon, then I realized it doesn't.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It always is. Wait a minute, did Will forget? Yeah, there it is.
No, there it is. So, a little bit of crit, and now I can finally get my rocks up, which is essential.
What do we actually think of Cinderace in this meta? Because
I think Cinderace is very good.
I wanted to use him, but I never find a good spot to put him on a team. Like, obviously he has Court Change and Pyro Ball, I get that and all that, but like, I always feel like I'd rather want to use something else.
Also
I mean,
has
it's really hard to fit Hazard, like, because Tusk is basically the only good Hazard removal. That was a roll. Yeah, so if you want to use another ground type or another fighting type, you don't want to double up.
Yeah.
It's hard to, you don't fit Tusk. So your options are Defog Corviknight, and I think Corviknight is a really bad Defogger, with Goldango being very common.
True.
So Cinderace has that nice niche with Court Change.
And does Court Change, that doesn't get blocked by Good as Gold, right?
No, it does not.
Yeah, that's really nice. Because I found out a lot of things get blocked by Good as Gold.
Yeah. So I Terra Dark my guy here because I need to get rid of Cinderace because he is a problem.
I don't know, Matt. That crit might have mattered.
It didn't matter.
And speaking of Corviknight versus Goldango, here we are.
Yeah, so this blew my mind.
Yep,
this was wild.
He really did run Screens Corviknight. I was shocked.
He ran Screens Corviknight, and I'm like, oh, I could just set up and be fine. And then for some reason, Will goes into Scizor, and I'm like, oh, that's fine. Take some chip. And then Thief kills.
Yeah.
Thief is funny.
We like Thief. Good move.
Yeah. But what that shows is, one, that's banded. And two, this gives me my first entry of backs in this game with Torn, or that's not Torn, that's Dundee. And Dundee and Cindy gone, all of a sudden, with all these hazards,
First of all,
Excalibur's looking pretty nice because Scizor's dead on entry.
I was about to say, yeah, where is the ice resist? Oh, it's on the field locked into a dark move.
Yeah. And I wanted to get to +2. But that Thief did way too much damage.
I actually do wonder if somehow getting Corvin at this rate, if you could have survived a hit and gotten defog, I don't think it had it, but assuming it did,
it didn't
right?
have it. It didn't have it because he would have gotten rid of screens.
Yeah.
Also, Corv living this sucked.
Yeah. He gets up Reflect, and it's like, oh no, now you get to finally kill backs instead of him just losing the whole game.
So I thought about going for DD again.
Wow.
But then I was like, oh, if he goes for like Body Press or Brave Bird, then I'm dead.
Right.
It's like I can't survive the hit from this guy, Samurai.
Yep.
And at +2, I know that after Reflect, I can kill Moltres.
Correct. But hey,
even through the Terra.
What's he doing here?
So I basically just fish for the crit, and I say, you know what? If he goes for agility, I can revenge kill him with Sucker Punch. If he goes for the kill, then I could go into Samurai, and I don't have to click Sucker Punch.
Also, does that Excalibur have Ice Shard?
No. He is loaded dice DD.
Got it.
With Glaive and EQ as well.
I mean, I don't think Will knew that at the time, so he probably... I mean, you knew it was loaded dice, but you didn't know if he was actually carrying it or not, so you do need to just go for the kill there. But
yeah, 100%. Going for the kill was the play.
Yeah, then your Samurai just gets the kill anyways because you were faster, which is curious. I don't know.
I'm Scarfed.
Oh, you're Scarfed. Okay, I'm like, I don't usually see Samurai.
I've been running exclusively Scarf Samurai because it's very good.
I remember when you were running AV Samurai. Remember when you were running AV Samurai? Is that not good?
No, I never did that. I ran Life Orb.
Must have been a Corey or JT thing.
Yeah, no.
I see him a lot
personally
with
am not a
Sash,
fan.
but I think Scarf is just better.
Yeah,
Because he's
this
bulky
was
enough that he
Will's
usually
was
doesn't get
Sash.
to use the Sash.
Oh, he was sashed? I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I also didn't know if he was a Sacred Sword or not. If he was, he won the game.
Yeah, for sure.
But he wasn't, and
He
that did a lot of
happened to.
damage. So if he had crit me, I would have died.
That would have been justice, because obviously he needed it.
No, I mean this wasn't really a lot of hacks in this game.
I do feel
Which is
like
good.
Thunderous got thrown away early, but outside of that, it was a good game.
I put too much pressure on Thunderous.
Yeah, because I think he died to a future sight or something, like being locked into having to trade.
Yeah.
Again,
Plus,
always,
he didn't have his
always
boots.
bring a
He
dark
couldn't
side.
switch in and out.
Yeah,
You know, so
that's a good game.
that's that. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, this set. I remember this set.
Do you? There's a Scolipede here. I feel like I should have remembered this.
So we're gonna watch this.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about Pokemon abilities.
We're also gonna talk about. Yeah, no, you go first. You go first.
First off, if you don't know an ability, you can go over in the chat and /DT, type in the ability, and it'll tell you what it is. If you don't know what an ability is, you should look it up. Just as a heads up, it's not as applicable to this game, but we're gonna see it in the next few. So I'm gonna kind of let this one go a little bit.
And also, a lot of times when a Pokemon has something that appears on the screen and the game tells you this thing is happening, if you just are like, oh, cool, it's a visual effect, or oh, cool, that's neat, I don't have to worry about it. No, you should probably always look into what it is.
You should worry about it.
You should probably worry about it. Because the amount of times I've seen terrain mess up people, like, not knowing that it affects things, like, it's always a good idea to check. And even under your move slot, it tells you if the move is affected by something, at least on Showdown, I believe.
Yes.
But as we get into this game here, we're looking at a Mega Alakazam doing what it does best, explode.
Yeah, I don't know why I stay in. Exam looks pretty nice for the rest of the game, but I mean, you got Lele plus Zam is very good.
Yeah,
and that is an unfortunate live, so you know, but Lele is strong enough as it is to kind of break through if it's scarfed.
Oh, good.
But it's not.
It's not scarfed, huh?
Specs.
It's Specs. Oh man.
Specs is good.
Specs and Mega Alakazam. I feel like that's an import export. Like that's just what you want. But you do miss that speed. Lele's not that fast.
No.
Shoutouts to what is that? Autotomize
Weakness policy.
Yeah, big fan of that.
Yeah.
Huge fan of that.
Yeah, so that's very cool. I don't know why Jordan went for spikes.
God, I don't know what that was.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know what we're doing.
Like, if it's like turn 1 and this thing isn't at 2x, like, yeah. But it's
like you could just click the move and kill it. Granted, you're already in sweep range from Kartana anyway, so it didn't really matter.
yeah.
But still, that's not prioritizing the threat. Like there is a +2, +4, 2x speed, and you have a sash. You gotta try to kill that bitch.
This is me when I play sturdy mons in Gen 5. Like I need someone to come in, take the entire hit, and revenge kill. Yep, that's it. It's important.
All right, so this is one where Ethan loves his choice items,
Does he now?
and I think all of these are choiced.
Oh, did he
except
do
for
the
Awesome.
and put 6 choices on a team? Yeah, they were chatting, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, this is there's a lot of choice items here. And
I'm
now,
happy.
so here is Excadrill, and let us remember that Excadrill has Sand Rush. Sand Rush doubles your speed. You are Scarf Jirachi, however, you are slower than Sand Rush Excadrill, and that is one thing you should know because you will die.
You know, it's really curious when you make a team. Sometimes
And
you
not
wanna run-
only, he then forgot and then sent in Victini to die because he thought it was faster.
Right. You can't be making those mistakes when you don't have a like when you look at the team preview and you see you have no ground resist and there's an Excadrill T-Tar team, like you just don't have the leeway to make those mistakes. You have to know this is the threat. And you can kind of like, maybe you've never even played the format, you don't know that, but you can just look at the typing of the mons even and just be like, okay, that's probably the threat to my team. So, because man, like I look at Ethan's team, and we're about to see Extra Drill hit Earthquake like 5 times or something and win the whole game. So,
I always say you should have a ground resist or immunity on every team you make, because Earthquake is one of the best moves ever made.
Yeah, like just in general in Pokemon, it's super good.
And that was a poorly timed SD.
Yeah, it probably just didn't look at the Sandstorm timer, unfortunately. Probably, I mean, if you're running weather post, infinite weather, it's always a good idea to check how many turns you have left. Especially
it's
on.
Very important.
Yeah, like even though you're still doing, like Jordan's still doing good this game, she's got good momentum, but it's very important that just don't SD on a turn where you can't afford to. Like that Kartana could have been dead. You could have had your Lele saved this whole time. Like it's a cascading effect. Speaking of cascading effect, getting the T-Tar killed here was probably actually the best thing that could have happened, because now we've got max turns in the sand. As the BGC players call it, it's a free switch.
No, it's just everyone's gonna die.
Yeah. Well,
there's the jet.
Oh my god. Oh no, it has iron barbs. Azumarill, watch out.
Yeah. Plus, there's a lot of things going on with this team. Yeah. Which this team definitely has a case of I put my favorite Pokemon on a team together, which is fine. It happens. But there's a lot of anti-synergy here.
Yep.
First off, like having Lele's great Pokemon. Psychic Surge, is one of the benefits that come with it. Pairing it with Belly Drum Azumarill is not smart, because you're going to click Aqua Jet 95% of the time. If you get in a position where you can do damage, but you still have that Psychic Terrain up, you're going to feel like a fool.
Also, I do want to say, I don't think, and I didn't even notice at the time, I forgot. Sometimes you look at the Z moves, because they're very unique and funny. You look at Z Belly Drum and it says, oh, it heals you. But it doesn't tell you that it heals you before the Belly Drum damage. Like, I'm pretty sure Ethan was hoping to get the Belly Drum 50% cut and then heal back up to full. Yeah. Instead, well, he cut his HP to half and just exploded that turn.
Yeah.
So
that would be broken, actually.
It would be. I'm glad it's not that way, as much as I love Belly Drum.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Ethan for leading Mega Diancie. I just want to say it.
Yeah, he finally did it. He got the magic bounce.
Somebody did it. We're so proud.
Yeah.
And then,
getting the boost there was huge. So it's nice to finally see that boost. But again, here's another situation where you have Superior. What was Pex doing here?
I don't know. Getting Regenerator.
Yeah. So again, this is another team that has that.
Shoutouts to Rocky Helmet Surf actually would have gotten the kill there. I'm just saying.
It's so much better.
Wait,
Rocky Helmet is so good because everyone wants to U-turn on him.
What is Surf's item? We don't even know what it is. It was neither. The funny muffler is a pretty funny guy.
Yeah. This is another situation of Ethan didn't know how abilities worked.
Yeah. Beast Boost is a good ability. Oh my gosh, Keldeo took that? Oh wait, it's speed boosting. I thought it was special attack boosting.
So and then kind of throwing away like the entire team to it without, looking at the damage calc. Always calc. Use the calc as your friend.
Oh,
but
sure.
At this point, the game's done.
Yeah. Well, so actually, we're gonna theoretically, Ferrothorn could wall this entire team.
No, it's over.
Boom.
Brian,
boom,
it's over.
Flamethrower.
Flamethrower's here.
Sometimes they don't run Flamethrower.
It's over.
No, it's not. This game goes like at least 10 more turns.
No, it's over. Look at that. We're missing Leaf Seed. It didn't matter. The game is over. We're clicking moves. It's done. No. Okay, it's time for DPP. I don't remember any of this set at all.
I was depressed. I remember this.
So here we go.
Oh yeah.
Izolf T-Tar.
No, we gotta try on this one. We have to try on this one. This is the last DPP set.
I know. Hey, we're always given. It's good when we don't know because we can break it down like I don't know anything. So Azolf lead. You know what Azolf does. Tyrannitars when they lead, you think they're bulky. Sometimes they run Sash, right?
Yeah.
But this is a rocks focused Tyranitar.
God, I remember this T-Tar. I was so shocked at this T-Tar.
Yeah, so, I mean, you could crunch a Nothing wrong with that play. Here's Breloom, right? Going to bed. Is it Lum? It is not Lum. Which is fine, you know, it's probably Sash. Again, just looking at it, I don't know what else it could be. So now Breloom gets to come in, and he can start to do his annoying things. Right here, Skarm. Skarm's going to get up spikes, you know. Might try to throw off a Bravey Bird. But it looks like he's going to get punched a little bit.
Oh my god, he whirlwinded here.
Oh, he whirlwinded.
Yeah.
Okay. Whirlwind into Lottie, which is not really what you want to see. We don't see lefties, so
we know it's
a good choice.
Yeah, choice.
So JT has fully revealed his team with Clef. Now is going, okay, I'm more of a bulky sand team than opposed to like, you know, like a Skarmory focus, like HO kind of team. But you don't see like T-Tar leads with those kind of squads too.
No, you don't. I also think right off the bat, if I'm Corey, I'm looking at these three mons, and even though one is a Skarmory, it is at half health. Breloom is my favorite mon on the field right now.
Yeah. Also, Nidoqueen being here, so this goes from, hey, you know how it's this is just like we're in the balanced team. We're in the you know, this is a T-Spike stacking team. You know, outlast the opponent. If I think Powdon would have probably been a better pick than Tyranitar.
Well, as funny as it is, I was thinking the same thing. Once I realized that like this team was running Skarm Clef, I'm like, oh my god, it's better than Hippo. And as obvious as that is, it is good.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only reason why he didn't run Hippo is because he's like, everyone expects me to run Hippo. But like in this case, it actually would have been pretty good.
Yeah, Hippo, this is a situation where it'd be really good. Like, yeah, like Tyranitar can trap Lottie, but like that's really that's it. Like, this team doesn't really care about Latias that much.
And also, if I'm JT, which I am, the number one threat on this entire game is Breloom. Do not sack that Rotom under any circumstances. Anyways, here's Rotom.
Anyway, here's Rotom to go to bed. So it's switching in here. I mean, obviously, that's a good switch into Breloom, especially if it's like a rest talk set.
Right.
But Corey makes a great play of going for Focus Punch to try to get something on the switch in. I like that play a lot.
Probably catch the Skarmory on the switch and just kill it immediately would be the play there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're looking at the 5 mons, and if Rotom stays in, okay, whatever. He's still asleep. He's taking Sand Chip. You're healing. Cool.
Yeah. But, like, if I'm JT in this situation, which I am, you need to get the hazards up. It doesn't matter, you need to get rocks, you need to get Spike, you need to get a T-Spike, you need to get something on the field, because you cannot let Gara and Lottie and Breloom come in for free anymore, because they are going to break you apart before you even see what's in the back.
Yeah, like, this is a common problem I've had with my team all season, is they want to run stall and then they don't put up hazards. And I just think...
Yeah. This is not stall.
Well, okay, they want to run like really bulky teams that rely on hazards to get the damage numbers, like in order to get the chip, and then they never get up the hazard like turn 1. And I'm like, guys, like, please get your hazards up. We joke about it being big.
Like, here it is right here. This is perfect spike chance. Like, you can actually spike on Gyarados. Gyarados cannot stay in and beat you. Get your spikes up. He's on the back foot, not you. You do not need to Brave Bird. Like, I don't know why you'd be afraid of Breloom coming in. Why would Breloom come in on Skarm? That is a bird. That is a mushroom. Birds defeat mushroom. That's how it works.
They literally eat them.
Yeah. But now, you know, you got this Gara. Now your Skarm's at 64. Now it's like you get flinched and just die. Like, imagine if that had flinched. I think the game would have probably just ended.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I also don't think sacking the Rotom, who is also the only fighting resist.
Oh, no.
Sorry. The only fighting immune Pokemon and the sleep sack means that Breloom can come back in and put something else to bed.
And now again, imagine if those rocks were up. Gyarados would be gone.
Gyarados was dead 3 turns ago, like 3 switches ago. Instead, it's going to sweep the whole team, and we're like, wow, Gyarados is busted? No, he's...
Yeah, but then there's this. So,
what was this?
We got all of this. We have this really nice balanced structure, you know, and then just fucking Aerodactyl shows up. Like, did he miss the flight out of London? Like, so he had to catch a ride with the fat boys on, the tour bus?
He completely missed the turn to Gen 3 and accidentally got on the wrong bus. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing here. But he's here. He like Rock Slide, yeah, sure. Right, whatever. But lefties.
That's okay. Yeah. Oh my god, I remember this now.
Lefties. Like at late game Aerodactyl, it's this is not his time. for that. But like on a team like this with all the hazards up, if you were like choice band with like real Rockhead, you could throw out some Stone Edges, Life Orb.
Yeah.
But pressure with lefties? What are we doing here?
I completely agree, Matt. I think it's the wrong mon. It's the right mon on the wrong set. Like you can totally make that late game arrow work, but where are the hazards? Where is the band? Where is the scarf?
Yeah. Where's your heal?
Cleaner? Where's the cleaner on this team? Who cleans on this team?
Yeah, there isn't.
Right. And if I was playing JT, if I was looking at it from JT's perspective, I'd use that Aerodactyl, and I did help him make the team, so this is my fault too. It's got to be a completely stall team. You have to be a complete stall team focused on pressure, not just pressure Aerodactyl in the back of a balanced team.
Yeah, but like you can't even like. This is just bad. It's just bad. But like this could be literally any other pressure mon,
Well, I think he's probably the fastest, so that's his niche. He's the fastest and has sub protect with lefties in the sand. I get it. I get that as the gimmick. On some teams it can work. This is not the team that Corey brought. This is not one of them because we haven't there's no Magnezone to remove the steals. There's nothing to get rid of mons that can recover. There's no knockoff anywhere, right? So you just explode and die to Ironhead. Cool. All right, what was that?
You have no switch. Like Magma Heatran destroys you.
Yeah.
Period. Like you can't do anything about it.
The team needs to be built a lot more around pressure Aerodactyl or just whoever your pressure staller is, than just saying, "Oh, he fits my sand balanced toxic team." And I think if we laddered with this team a little bit, we would have found that out very quickly.
Very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
also, me, I have my you gotta have. There's no water resist.
I mean, I know
no
you say
water
that,
resist in sight.
Like, I think you can get away with it if you're going to be running like Skarm Bliss, like in this case, Skarm Clef. I think you can get away with it.
No, you can't, because Gyarados will brute force past you. Like if it's taunt DD, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, no, taunt
like unless
DD
you're Blissy's Thunderbolt, but like that's not a set.
Right. I do remember. I think that's why JT was so scared with hitting the Brave Birds, is because looking at the team, it does just get beat by Gyarados. Especially the taunt sets. So like I understand him wanting to hit it early and get it out of the way. Yeah, but like still, what if we were just running...
What if he just had a stronger back?
Yeah. What if the back three, what if they just played a little better? Like the front three is perfect.
Yeah. I think Nidoqueen's fine, but like that arrow
not making reads.
Yeah. Dude, that arrow could have been like imagine like Calm Mind Lottie in the last.
Oh my god,
that would have been really good. Because then you could run like Roar Calm Mind, you could roar out with the hazards.
Yeah. Oh, that's the sauce right there.
Yeah. So
I also want to say shout outs to Nidoqueen. I think it's actually good in this meta, but like you gotta either make a few predictions or theoretically you could do what Nidoking does and run Substitute, and that way you don't have to make those predictions.
But like even then, Corey's team, nobody cares about T-Spikes. The meta is also at a spot where there's not a lot of Pokemon that care about Toxic Spikes that much.
Right, but you can still run Nidoqueen with Earth Power, and you cover the whole team. So
yeah, but then you lose that that defensive Pillar Stone. So that's like kind of what it does. But we'll go on to game 2. Here's a Skarm, and here's Metagross.
Oh, finally! Skarm Metagross. I've been missing.
Skarm Metagross. Yes, hopefully we'll see this a lot in Gen 3 when we play it.
Yep.
But I think Corey going hard Magnezone was so funny. Yeah. But like it makes perfect sense.
I also wonder
because now you just delete it.
Yeah, I also was like thinking to myself, depending on this Magnezone and Skarm reset, I wasn't sure if a specially defensive Skarmory could live with Thunderbolt or not.
No, it cannot.
No shot.
No, it cannot.
It does not matter. Skarmory's dead. It got its rocks up. Cool. It was basically Aerodactyl for a turn.
Yeah, but like, you still like want spikes more. But again, if that's your team, you got the Swampert who could also run rocks.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But this Pert's doing a lot of damage. Is it Specs? No, it is.
No, this is...
No, it's lefties. It's lefties.
I remember this Pert. It was a take the Focus Punch Pert set in default, but get rid of Focus Punch for an actual move in Gen 4. So that's what it was.
So Gengar is, not doing enough damage and dying. I know Corey was drunk at this point.
Was he? Damn.
Yeah, so...
He also put that Swampert into a loving Torrent range for that Hydro Pump.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Not that it mattered. Also, that's banded Metagross.
Oh my gosh, that's banded with boost. Hysterical.
So everybody's going to die. If you're not faster than 12, you are going to perish. Yeah. So I think the sack is fine there, because if JT tries to get greedy and DDs, if it is,
yeah,
then you do that. I hope he didn't T-Bolt. He blew up.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is fun.
X or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, here's a funny Dragonite mirror.
Yeah, when it's speed tie, that's that.
Yeah, that's the one right there. That's the whole game.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's a bulky Lottie.
Yeah, it's Calm Mind.
Yep. Normally I'd be really scared if I was JT here, but
he's still got 2 dudes, and
it
can really be anything.
Hey.
Oh, there he is.
Hey. What's Calm Mind Lottie's least favorite thing to see in the bag?
To him.
T-Tar.
It's T-Tar.
Yeah, so unless you super crit, this is that's done.
Oh wow, that crit could have killed.
Yeah, super crit would have killed. But we'll go on to the last game.
Last game.
Here we go. We got Metagross and we got Zapdos.
Ooh.
And now, just seeing the nicknames, we covered this team extensively in a breakdown a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've since made some changes to this team, which does play a part in how this goes. But yeah, so Zapdos here versus Metagross. Here is Electivire.
Pause the game.
You want to go first?
It's Electivire. I tried all season, man. I said, no, don't bring them. But then the voices in my head, Matt, they said, we must bring our friends.
No.
We have to make them.
No.
So final game of Gen 4, we see Electivire on the field, and I'm sure nobody except for JT is happy about this.
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah. As for bringing him in this early, it's a blessing and a curse, right? Because when you run Electivire teams, you want to either keep him a secret until it really matters, or you're getting him in early to make the opponent have to play mind games, and I get it. And he was really hoping for a discharge because he saw that, we can all know what team this is. We've seen this team. It's the Paraflinch team. That Zapdos is in charge of paralysis duty. So I get it. But what does Evire do this early in the game after the discharge? Unless you don't have anything else to take the hit, I would have loved to see him hidden just a little bit longer. But that's just me. We can continue playing the game.
I think if you're making an Electivire team, you should go back to 1000 on the ladder because you do not deserve to play. Anyway.
Oh, hey, it's Machamp.
Here's Machamp.
I love the nickname, but I'm shocked.
Yes. So here's the big punch, right? Yep. Confused, Lumberry, and then, I don't know why Corey didn't stay in and click the button, because Machamp is faster than standard lead Metagross, and if you lose Machamp, it is not the end of the world. Losing Zapdos means you lose probably the most important defensive pillar of this team.
Yeah, let's say there's probably a better switch into to Explosion Metagross too, even if it isn't, Machamp.
There is no switch into Explosion Metagross. It's not a ghost type.
I'm sorry.
There is none. It's not real.
A better sack to Explosion Metagross than your Zapdos that you are assuming when you see Electivire that there is a Gyarados hidden in the back somewhere.
Yeah, Gyarados is like the oldest known noob trap of all time.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's perfect, and then I'll be good, and my favorite Pokemon can do great things. And then it doesn't.
Like that, huh?
Do you tell how much I hate seeing this thing here?
You know what? Maybe if you flipped it from the other side, it would look a little better.
You know what?
Emphasizing your hatred well, Matt, and I would.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, I will say that T-Bolt did a little more damage to Breloom than I would have thought.
It did do a lot of damage.
But I'm also not sure why Corey didn't stay in. That Electivire, I thought, had revealed its item already?
It is not lefties, because it was obviously going to go for Ice Punch, and now Corey's kind of letting his team get wrecked.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, unless that's a really bulky Starmie that's slower, which it could be, I'm not sure. I don't know. I feel like you could have just slammed the button and killed it. But now you're half your team is below 50 at the moment?
Yeah. So this is also, I hate to just, default to this, but, this is a situation of you've been drinking and not understanding that an 18% Starmie is useless.
I mean, it could be fast enough to
just sack
outspeed.
it.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Like,
it's not the fast one.
It needs to go. Like, yeah, your Gyarados is going to become a problem, but like you need to position in a way. That's a Scarf Tyranitar, I think. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's not allied.
No, it's not.
You need to, you gotta know when to cut your loss. But like,
but I get wanting to keep the Jirachi, who's the specially defensive wall, to take the specs hit. Like, I get that's its purpose, but.
Yeah, but now we get to do
we get to the fun zone, and we don't have to put this on fast because we can definitely talk about this. Mathematically, you are 60% likely to get flinched or parried during
it's 60% for flinch, 50% for para.
Sorry, yeah, 60% for flinch, 50 for para. Combined, I don't know. That's not 110. That's not how math works. But
it's not. It
goes higher.
I don't know if somebody wants to do it.
But the amount of times that Gyarados got flinched was above average. But it's really not over yet because we're gonna keep going.
Yeah,
and we're gonna do it again.
Except not.
So
quite.
now we're gonna get a little bit of gameplay in between this. Don't worry.
So
don't worry.
Just like thinking about it here.
Yeah.
Like, I understand going for sub, but like, Jirachi is kind of the only really healthy Pokemon left. Like, yeah, but Champ's at 100, but like, Machamp doesn't switch into things like that. And Jirachi has that, Draco absorbing thing. So I get going for the sub, because if he got full paired, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Right. It would be like, oh, Corey won the game. Great. This is a set. This is a flinch set. Everybody go, haha, JT Luck, flinch react.
Yeah.
I get that.
And then you got bailed out here.
Yes, for sure.
You're at -1. This Jirachi is super important, and yes, you're getting lucky, right? But like, Corey's not making. These are not good plays. These are I'm getting bailed out because of luck.
Yes.
Right now, this is a lot worse than I remembered.
No, it's bad. It's bad, and
it's really bad. Yeah.
He gets the whole thing, and he gets up the full, and it looks like a great play, but.
And then it kind of gets bailed out, right?
Yeah. And I just feel like I know you can do that with Jirachi, and maybe you weren't comfortable with the rest of your team being so low, but it just feels like when you're paraflinching Gyarados and Jirachi as your win con, like as a Jirachi, that is bad. Yeah. There's gotta be nothing else you can do for that to be your game plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also I think not quite, coming to terms that you're at -1 attack.
Yep.
And of just going for damage. Like, this Starmie has been at 18% and useless the entire game.
Yep.
Sack it.
Yes, come back in.
It needed to go. Now that you've got the Peril Lucario, that was a great play. 100% agree with that. Then you sack Starmie and you come in, you're faster. He's at -1 defense already. Or you could go into Machamp, who I think would have been the better play. Or go into Tyranitar and get your fucking rocks up. So Gyarados is dead on entry.
Yeah, exactly. There were so many plays that didn't happen because we just were like in that zone of, oh my gosh,
I'm going to keep hexing him because it's funny.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah,
you can't Iron Head flinch.
It feels good. Yeah. It feels like it's been the right play this whole time.
So, inner focus, you can't Iron Head flinch Lucario to death.
Right, we do like that. That is a big fun reason to lose Lucario. You lose Lucario is no flinch. Yeah. Now here comes the Guitar. A little too late with the Stealth Rocks, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean is fine, you get rid of it, but now you're kind of low. Lottie can get the kill now, but he went for the Healing Wish, and now you got to deal with Luke again.
The best move I've ever seen JT do is set up that Healing Wish right there, because talk about never seeing that move used in SAPA history until today. Like, it was crazy.
And that was a roll. That's crazy damage.
Lucario's insane.
He is crazy.
This is why I always don't like fighting Adam and DPP, is I know I'm getting this.
Lucario, it's super good, and I don't know, like, looking at the team structure, right, like, Lucario loves spike support.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, you put everything in range, where it's like, yeah, that's a roll. Imagine if there was a spike, it's dead.
Yep.
You don't gotta worry about it. And it's like, what if, you surrounded Lucario with things that are gonna facilitate it a little bit more? Because you could try to slap Luke on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
Like, I see this is built around Garivire, but like, they didn't really do that much.
I mean, to be fair,
Jirachi hacks the fuck out of the team.
Jirachi did hack the fuck out of it, but the core of this game plan did not revolve around Lucario.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that did was the Healing Wish was designed for that Lucario, I do believe. So.
Or just like a second chance for a sweeper in general. Like, hey, look, remember that Starmie that we could have sacked earlier?
Huh, look at that.
There he is. He's dead now.
And what was a brutal, potentially looking 5-0 turned into a complete reverse sweep just because, like, we didn't realize you got so comfortable and maybe a little bit of drinking and all that.
Yeah.
But you always got to think, especially when you're playing DPP, you never know what that last month's going to be. You always have to keep your team ready.
Yeah, and especially like we go back to, let's go back a little bit. It's turn 11. We flinched to Gyarados a lot. Basically hatched the Jirachi out.
Yep.
All right, so right here, right?
Oh yeah.
Back. There we go. So this turn, right, we get the T-Wave off.
Great.
That's incredible. Right, take the CC, that's fine. Now, from here, you have to look and go, okay, this Lucario is now at -1 defense. Run the calc, you see, oh, Fire Punch doesn't kill. That's probably not worth going for. This thing is incredibly important, even at 18%.
Yeah.
Because his team is so weak and I can save the sack and get my champion later. Why don't I sack my Starmie, who's at 18, who's really not going to get a chance to come in and do things?
And like the number one thing is also on top of it, right? And we're gonna assume this is SD Lucario, right?
Yeah.
Even if he's SD Lucario, he's paralyzed. So if Starmie gets set up on instead of just hitting the Fire Punch here, that's okay. You can slam a Hydro Pump at him. He hits Extreme Speed, that's okay. He's getting cheap damage from the Life Orb. You can then get your Machamp in for free.
Yep.
That Machamp will not die to a +2 Extreme Speed, even if it crits.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure about that. I did Machamp Lucario a lot. I'm pretty sure he can take. Well,
I would think he could take it, but even then, you could go Tyranitar and click like Earthquake.
Yeah, or Tizar. Yeah, Tizar had enough health to take it, right? I don't think keeping the Jirachi alive was the big deal. I think just getting a better Mon in to chunk the Lucario was more important because that Fire Punch was not enough. And granted, obviously, Corey did not expect the Healing Wish. Nobody expected the Healing Wish. He just expected to get a revenge kill here. Fine. But at the same time, it could have been 10 turns ago when you were doing the para-flinching of the Jirachi. You could have set yourself up for your own win con and done something else with, like, I don't know, Breloom, sub-Breloom, or just getting... I think that's sub-champ as well, so...
It is. Sub-3 tech.
What I'm hearing is the moral of the story.
The moral of the story, if you run para-flinch, you are required to lose the set, that is all.
Oh, I was going to say play sober.
Yes.
But I guess that works, too.
Corey, you want to win a ring? You know what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, going for Pursuit on the Lottie.
It might not have had... I don't think it had crunch.
It doesn't have crunch. It doesn't have crunch.
And I get going for Pursuit over Ice Beam in case it's... I don't know. Like, I guess it would do more damage just due to its defensive stats, but...
I'm really forgetting the last move on this thing.
It's probably like Earthquake.
I think it's Earthquake. I think it's Earthquake.
And so I think Corey did have the right play there, not expecting Healing Wish. You don't want to hit Ice Beam.
Yeah. Even it's like, it's like you're expecting Tyranitar to die.
Yeah. Oh, that too, yeah. You're expecting him to just get exploded with Draco, and then you bring in your win con at the end and win.
Yep, and then you go into Machamp, and then you click Dynamic Punch.
Right. And it's just honestly just a real good turnaround.
JT played that end game really well, and
we have to give him credit for that. And I'm proud of him because we've been looking forward to this rematch for a while between Corey and JT, and I'm glad it actually got to happen this season. So
yeah, for sure.
Don't bring teams that are 4 times weak to fighting. Always have.
Yes, fighting types are good.
Yeah. Don't sack
stop using Electivire. Yes.
These are all things we know.
Yes.
But yes, that was the final game of Week 9.
Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about, Matt? I know we have to do some end season announcements, I believe.
Yeah, so we'll have another episode, and we'll talk about the usage stats and how winners are determined. But we'll leave it at that for tonight because we've been doing this for a while now. So
yeah, I'm still mentally recovering too, so I'll be on my A game next video. I
yeah, you're
promise.
jet lagged. We did this. These are games from 2 weeks ago at this point, so they're not fresh in the head. But that's all right. As always, continue to build teams that don't lose to Rotom Wash in your own time, and start to prepare for Season 10. We're drafting ADV. We've had some content drop to help you prepare. I got another video that I recorded a few days ago that I'll put out in the near future, and it'll be a good time. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys for the wrap up whenever we get around to it.